Life is full of distractions, opinions, and unnecessary noise. In a world where everyone is constantly sharing their every move, their struggles, and their plans, it can be easy to fall into the trap of oversharing. But what if the key to true success, growth, and peace is found in silence? What if instead of seeking validation, we focused on ourselves and allowed our progress to speak for us? Silence is a powerful tool that many people overlook. When you stay silent and focus on yourself, you remove external noise and make room for self reflection, personal growth, and transformation. In a world that demands attention, choosing to work in silence sets you apart. It protects your energy, keeps you disciplined, and allows you to grow without interference. Energy flows where attention goes. If you are constantly worried about what others are doing, how they perceive you, or seeking approval, you are wasting valuable energy. The moment you redirect that energy inward towards your goals, your health, your success, you start seeing real changes. Instead of proving yourself to the world, you let your results do the talking. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to understand that growth happens in silence. Think about the strongest, most successful people in the world. They don't announce every move they make. They don't seek permission to grow. They work in the background, silently improving, building, and developing themselves until one day their success is undeniable. The greatest transformations happen when no one is watching. Not everyone needs to know your plans. When you share your goals with everyone, you expose yourself to opinions, doubts, and negativity that can derail your progress. Sometimes, even those closest to you may not understand your vision, and their skepticism can plant seeds of doubt in your mind. Keep your dreams close to your heart and protect them until they become a reality. Inner peace is far more valuable than external validation. When you stay silent and focus on yourself, you begin to realize that you don't need constant approval from others. You don't need to explain yourself, defend your choices, or seek validation for your path. True confidence comes from knowing that you are enough, that your growth is your own, and that your journey is yours to walk. Your results will speak for themselves. There is no need to announce your progress, prove your worth, or defend your journey. The most powerful proof of your growth is your transformation. People will notice when you change. They will see your success, your confidence, and your peace. And when they ask how you did it, you'll smile, knowing that you stayed silent, focused on yourself, and allowed your actions to be your loudest statement. Silence is power because it allows you to observe, reflect, and grow without unnecessary distractions. In a world where noise dominates every space, those who master silence gain an advantage that few recognize. Silence is not just the absence of words. It is a strategic tool that fosters clarity, self awareness, and discipline. It is the foundation upon which wisdom is built as it provides the opportunity to listen more, understand better, and act with greater precision. When you choose silence, you conserve energy that would otherwise be wasted on meaningless conversations, arguments, or seeking validation. Instead of reacting impulsively to situations, silence gives you the ability to respond with thoughtfulness and wisdom. People who know the power of silence do not feel the need to explain themselves unnecessarily or prove their worth to others. They understand that words are often wasted when they are spoken to the wrong audience. By remaining silent, they protect their goals, their peace, and their focus. Silence is power because it forces people to pay attention to actions rather than words. Many people talk about their dreams, their goals, and their aspirations, but only a few actually put in the work to make them a reality. When you stay silent and focus on your growth, your success becomes undeniable. Instead of announcing every move you make, you allow your progress to speak for itself. This kind of silence is not weakness, it is strength, discipline, and patience working together. Silence also grants you control over your emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively in moments of anger, frustration, or doubt, choosing silence allows you to think critically before responding. It helps prevent regret from saying things in the heat of the moment that cannot be taken back. When you master silence, you gain the ability to remain composed in difficult situations, which gives you an advantage in personal and professional relationships. People respect those who do not speak out of emotion, but rather choose their words carefully. In a world driven by instant gratification, silence teaches patience. It teaches you how to wait, how to endure, and how to appreciate the process. Many people fail to reach their full potential because they give up too soon, expecting quick results. However, those who understand the power of silence know that great things take time. They know that success is built in the unseen moments when no one is watching, when the work is being done in private, and when the foundation is being laid without seeking applause. Silence is power because it gives you an advantage in conflicts. When others expect you to react, staying silent disrupts their expectations. Instead of feeding negativity, you disarm it by refusing to engage. This does not mean that you allow people to walk over you, but rather that you choose to respond on your own terms. Those who argue loudly often lose credibility, while those who remain calm and silent often emerge with greater respect and influence. Silence strengthens the mind. It allows for deeper introspection, self reflection, and spiritual growth. Many of the most successful people in history understood the importance of spending time in silence to gain clarity about their purpose. Whether through meditation, prayer, or deep thinking, silence provides the mental space needed to make better decisions and understand life's direction. Without silence, the mind becomes cluttered with unnecessary thoughts, distractions, and influences that hinder growth. People who understand silence are often misunderstood. Some may mistake their quietness for weakness, when in reality, it is one of their greatest strengths. It takes discipline to hold back words, to listen more than you speak, and to choose your battles wisely. Many people feel uncomfortable with silence because they associate it with awkwardness or lack of confidence. But those who embrace silence understand that it is a tool of the wise. They know that unnecessary words dilute their influence, while carefully chosen words amplify their impact. Silence is power because it allows you to observe people's true intentions. When you are silent, you notice things that others miss. You see who truly supports you, who speaks negatively behind your back, and who respects your boundaries. By listening more than you speak, you gain insight into people's characters, their motivations, and their true nature. Many people reveal themselves in their words and actions when you simply remain quiet and observe. Choosing silence does not mean suppressing your voice. It does not mean allowing others to mistreat you or ignoring situations that require speaking up. Instead, it means knowing when to speak and when to remain quiet. It means valuing your words and understanding that silence, when used correctly, is one of the greatest forms of power. When you master silence, you master self control. When you master self control, you master your emotion. And when you master your emotions, you gain an advantage that few ever achieve. Energy flows where attention goes because whatever you focus on grows stronger in your life. The mind is a powerful tool that directs the course of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When you concentrate on something, whether positive or negative, you give it power, feeding it with your mental, emotional, and even physical energy. This fundamental principle is why people who focus on problems often feel overwhelmed, while those who focus on solutions find ways to move forward. The energy you invest in any area of your life determines the results you experience, shaping your reality in ways you may not even realize. When you continuously dwell on negative situations, setbacks, or frustrations, you reinforce them in your mind. Your attention amplifies them, making them seem bigger than they actually are. Instead of seeing opportunities, you become trapped in a cycle of negativity where stress and anxiety consume your thoughts. But the opposite is also true. When you shift your focus to gratitude, growth, and possibilities, you create an entirely different experience. Your energy moves toward productivity, optimism, and success because your mind is wired to magnify whatever you give the most attention to. Energy flows where attention goes because the brain is designed to seek out what you focus on. This is known as the reticular activating system, RAS, a network of neurons in the brain that filters information based on what you consider important. If you constantly think about struggles, your mind will find more reasons to feel burdened. If you concentrate on progress, your brain will notice more opportunities and solutions that align with your goals. The power of focus shapes your perception, influences your decisions, and ultimately determines the direction of your life. Your thoughts create a ripple effect that extends beyond your mind and into your actions. When you focus on growth, you naturally take steps that align with improvement. If you fixate on problems, your actions will reflect hesitation, doubt, and inaction. The way you direct your attention impacts how you feel, how you respond to challenges, and how you engage with the world around you. Every choice, every decision, and every habit stems from where your energy is flowing. Energy flows where attention goes because the human mind does not distinguish between positive and negative focus. It simply amplifies whatever is given the most attention. If you constantly replay past failures in your mind, you reinforce a mindset of defeat. But when you visualize success, speak affirmations over your life, and focus on solutions, you build a mindset of resilience and confidence. Your energy follows the path set by your thoughts, guiding you toward the experiences you repeatedly focus on. Distractions can drain your energy and weaken your focus. When you allow external noise, such as negative people, gossip, or unnecessary worries, to take up space in your mind, you lose control over your attention. The more you engage in distractions, the less energy you have for meaningful growth. Protecting your focus means being intentional about where you direct your thoughts, time, and emotions. It requires setting boundaries, limiting negative influences, and choosing to concentrate on things that align with your vision. Energy flows where attention goes in relationships as well. When you focus on the flaws and shortcomings of others, you create distance and tension. But when you choose to appreciate their strengths, show kindness, and nurture meaningful connections, you cultivate relationships built on trust and positivity. The same principle applies to self love and self improvement. If you constantly criticize yourself, your energy will reflect insecurity. If you focus on self growth, self care, and self respect, you empower yourself to become stronger and more confident. The law of attraction is deeply connected to the principle that energy follows attention. What you think about, you attract. If you believe you are capable, you will take actions that align with success. If you believe you are limited, you will unconsciously create barriers that prevent you from moving forward. The energy you emit through your thoughts and emotions shapes your reality, influencing the opportunities, challenges, and experiences that come your way. Energy flows where attention goes because the subconscious mind absorbs everything you feed it. If you fill it with negativity, self doubt, and fear, those thoughts will manifest in your actions and circumstances. But when you train your mind to focus on abundance, confidence, and possibilities, you rewire your subconscious to align with success. Your internal beliefs shape your external world, and the way you direct your attention determines whether you remain stuck or rise above challenges. The key to harnessing this power lies in conscious awareness. You must become intentional about what you focus on, catching yourself when your mind drifts toward negativity and redirecting it toward growth. It requires discipline to train your thoughts, but the results are transformative. When you intentionally focus on personal development, career goals, health, or spiritual growth, your energy aligns with those priorities, creating momentum that propels you forward. Energy flows where attention goes in all aspects of life, from financial success to emotional well being. If you focus on lack, you reinforce scarcity. If you focus on prosperity, you attract abundance. If you dwell on stress, you feel more overwhelmed. If you focus on peace, you cultivate calmness. Every aspect of your life is shaped by what you repeatedly give your attention to. One of the most powerful ways to control where your energy goes is through mindfulness and visualization. When you take time to visualize your goals, imagine success, and focus on positive outcomes, your mind begins to align with those possibilities. Meditation, journaling, and affirmations can also help reinforce positive focus, training your brain to direct energy toward productive and empowering thoughts. Growth happens in silence because true transformation occurs in the moments when no one is watching. It is in the quiet, unseen spaces of life where personal development, mental strength, and deep self discovery take place. In a world that constantly demands attention, validation, and noise, silence becomes a powerful environment for internal growth. When the distractions fade and the outside world is muted, the real work begins. The moments of solitude, reflection, and stillness are where a person's foundation is built, character is refined, and resilience is developed. Growth is not about showing the world every step of progress, but about becoming stronger, wiser, and more self awareness in the silence. Silence is the space where clarity is found. When the world is loud, it is easy to get caught up in external opinions, expectations, and pressures. The constant noise can make it difficult to hear one's own thoughts, desires, and intuition. But in silence, the mind becomes clearer, allowing a person to process emotions, evaluate choices, and align actions with true purpose. The most profound decisions are often made in moments of stillness, away from the noise of opinions and distractions. When external voices are silenced, the internal voice becomes louder, guiding one toward the right path. Growth happens in silence because transformation requires deep inner work. No one sees the late nights spent studying, the early mornings filled with discipline, or the quiet sacrifices made to achieve something greater. No one witnesses the battles fought within, the struggles overcome in private, or the lessons learned through personal reflection. True growth is not about performance or recognition, it is about the quiet moments of persistence, discipline, and self mastery. It is in the silence where strength is built, resilience is forged, and progress is made. Silence is the space where healing begins. Emotional wounds, past hurts, and inner struggles cannot always be healed in the presence of constant noise. The distractions of the world can temporarily numb pain, but true healing happens in the moments of stillness when a person allows themselves to process, release, and rebuild. Silence offers the space to sit with emotions, to understand them, and to move forward with clarity and peace. Growth through healing is not always visible to others, but it is one of the most powerful forms of transformation. Growth happens in silence because discipline is developed in the unseen moments. The most successful people are not those who constantly announce their plans or seek validation for their efforts. They are the ones who remain consistent, committed, and focused on their goals, even when no one is watching. The quiet dedication to personal growth, skill building, and character development is what leads to long term success. Those who truly grow understand that results are not instant and success is not about public recognition, but about private dedication. The greatest transformations occur when a person steps away from distractions and focuses on the work that needs to be done. Whether it is physical transformation through fitness, mental transformation through knowledge, or emotional transformation through self awareness, the process happens in the quiet. No one sees the early mornings in the gym, the long hours spent studying, or the moments of deep introspection that lead to breakthroughs. The work done in silence is what creates the success seen in the future. Silence is the key to mastering one's emotions. Growth is not just about achieving external success, but also about developing inner peace, self control, and emotional intelligence. When a person constantly reacts to the noise of the world, they lose control over their emotions and decisions. But when they embrace silence, they gain the ability to pause, reflect, and respond with wisdom. The ability to remain calm in the midst of chaos is a sign of true growth, and that ability is cultivated in silent moments of self awareness and reflection. Growth happens in silence because progress is often invisible before it becomes noticeable. A seed does not sprout overnight, and success does not happen instantly. The most significant growth takes time, patience, and consistency. Just like a tree grows underground before it breaks through the soil, personal growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes evident to the world. Those who are truly growing do not need to announce their progress because they understand that their results will speak for themselves when the time is right. The power of silence in growth is often misunderstood in a world that values noise, attention, and recognition. People are conditioned to believe that progress must be shared, that every step of success should be displayed, and that validation from others is necessary. But real growth does not seek validation. It does not need approval or applause. It thrives in quiet dedication, unseen effort, and personal commitment. Those who grow in silence understand that their progress is for them, not for public consumption. Silence creates space for deep thinking and problem solving. Many of the greatest ideas, inventions, and breakthroughs in history were born in moments of solitude. When the mind is free from distractions, it can think more creatively, analyze situations more effectively, and develop innovative solutions. Silence allows a person to process information deeply, leading to better decision making and greater wisdom. Those who embrace quiet moments often find themselves making smarter, more intentional choices that lead to long term success. Growth happens in silence because patience is required for transformation. In a world of instant gratification, many people expect quick results and immediate rewards, but real growth takes time, persistence, and trust in the process. The most successful individuals understand that progress is not always visible in the beginning, but every small effort contributes to the bigger picture. Those who grow in silence do not rush the process. They remain patient, knowing that their hard work will eventually bear fruit. Silence is a form of strength. Many people associate silence with weakness, assuming that those who do not speak or seek attention are not making progress. But in reality, silence is one of the most powerful tools for growth. It takes strength to work in the background, to resist the urge to prove oneself, and to stay committed to personal development without external validation. Those who understand the power of silence use it to their advantage, focusing their energy on what truly matters rather than wasting it on unnecessary distractions. Growth happens in silence because success is built in private before it is seen in public. Athletes train for years before they compete on the world stage. Entrepreneurs work tirelessly behind the scenes before their businesses take off. Artists practice in solitude before their work is recognized. Every great achievement is preceded by years of unseen effort, dedication, and sacrifice. Those who truly succeed do not focus on showcasing their journey. They focus on doing the work that leads to transformation.